Welcome to the Cardboard Cave Podcast, the #1 show in Puerto Rico about trading card games. Thanks for Alter Sleeves for sponsoring our show. Use our affiliate link or code CardboardCave for 5% off your order and spice up your commander. Don't forget to follow us on our social media or listen to us in all major audio platforms. Thanks for being part of our community, and please like, share, and comment below. Plus enjoy the live show.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Cardboard Cave Podcast. Once again, we got myself, Chris, at the helm, and today we are going to be talking about some very fun things that have happened in Magic over the last few days. But first off, I'd like to introduce our lovely hosts, starting with the Master of the Cube, the Master of Dark Arts, JP.
I am back here in the altar.
Got our buddy laying down on the altar. And next up, we got the very famous award-winning director with like 3 Oscars already at this point, Alejandro Orengo. How you doing, my guys?
Yo, what's up?
Doing good, doing good. All right, so let's start this up real quick then. First thing that we had on the list of priorities today was the leaks that we got for Lord of the Rings. Am I right?
Yep. Let's
So
go.
for those of you who don't already know, looks like we got someone who went through one of the dumpsters in the place where they were printing out like the material for the upcoming Lord of the Rings set. And amongst all of the trash sheets, they were able to recover these 3 beautiful images that I'm gonna be that should already be up on screen, if I'm not mistaken. Right. There we go. So first off, we got our boy Smeagol over here. Oh, is it Smeagol? I always forget. Gollum, my bad. We got Gollum over here. This one's a really interesting card. We don't know his mana cost yet, but he is a 2/1. Essentially what it does, he smacks in and he kind of does a reverse goblin guide kind of deal, right? In which you reveal the top 2 cards, not reveal, you look at the top 2 cards of your library, and then you put them back in any order. Then you have to choose land or non-land, and your opponent has to guess whether the top, basically whether like what you put on top is the land or non-land that you are declaring. And if you reveal it, and if the opponent guesses right, essentially, you just take Smeagol out of combat, and you draw the card. Is it? Wait, hold on. I gotta look up the Gollum now.
I'm pretty sure you don't do anything, and if they guess wrong, you draw the card and get to deal damage.
No, because then he becomes unblockable. That's why. If your opponent guesses it wrong, I know that much. Because I knew that was the part that I liked about him. Give me 1 second. While we clarify what Gollum is doing over here, I'm gonna go and move on over to Frodo, Sauron's Bane. He is a 1/2 that comes down for 1 white mana. He's a legendary creature, halfling. What is it? Like a halfling citizen is what he is. You can pay. It's hybrid mana of white or black. And if he is a citizen, he becomes a 2/3 halfling scout with base power and toughness 2/3 and lifelink. And then if you pay, I think it's 3 black, he becomes a halfling ranger with whenever this creature deals damage to a player, that player. Oh, I'm sorry. Like it does like the ring ability, and essentially what it does is you get tempted by the ring, if you've been tempted by the ring 4 times in the game, you just straight up kill a player. Otherwise, if you haven't been like tempted, well, you just get tempted by the ring. That's essentially it, right? And then we have Aragorn and Arwen betrothed. I assume would be the like
Wed,
wed,
or wed.
wed or something. I'm not 100% sure, but it's in Portuguese over here, so it just tells you, like they're like married or something. They are a human elf noble that comes down for 4 mana, 1 green and 1 white. It's a 3/6 with vigilance, and when it enters the battlefield, you put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. And then you gain 3 life for each. I think it's for each creature that gets a 1/1 counter, which really cool, like for life gain, but trash mythic so far. That's what I can tell from it.
It's pretty weak.
Funny enough, the 2 rares that are coming out here, like with the Gollum and the Frodo, I think are really, really cool. But then, like, the mythic is absolute garbage. But yeah, what do you guys think?
I guess
I actually like the Frodo a lot.
Frodo's very flavorful.
It's very fun.
It's sort of what you were talking about last week about if he was going to be like a halfling or if he's going to be like the other typing that you guys talked about.
Yeah, a hobbit.
He's a halfling.
No. I'm sorry, not a hobbit. I mean the other one, the ones that already exist in Magic.
Kithkin.
Yeah.
Yes, and when you actually read the card actually functions like a Kithkin, I think it's called.
Yeah. The warrior, the one player's kindly nicknamed Goku.
Exactly.
I didn't
forgot
know
his
that
name.
one. That's
Yeah,
funny.
they named it Goku because you just level him up and he goes Super Saiyan eventually.
And it's not like
Nice.
like a level up mechanic. It was before leveling up, I think, because but essentially kind of functions like that. So it's very flavorful within the world of Magics. Like it's very cool that they kind of like did this mesh of like, he's a halfling, so it's within like the MTG lore, but then let's just make him a card that's functional to what we used to do with cards of that type. So it's really neat to see. Now the very interesting part is the ring thing. Yeah, exactly. Figure of this. What's interesting is the ring thing, like the corruption and all that. That's very, very interesting how that's going to factor in.
I'm hoping it's not just like a one thing, like just with Frodo. I really do hope there's more cards in the set that work with the mechanic. That way, just kind of like make it like a thing that maybe is playable in draft. Like, you can actually use it to have like an effect on the game. And I hope it's just a little bit more than just a monarch mechanic, But at the end of the day, I guess that's what I'm guessing it's going to be similar to. Like, sure, you get corrupted by the ring, and then maybe even if there aren't any inherent effects from it, like as long as your cards are doing something, like when you've been corrupted by the ring a certain amount of times or something, I think that's going to be like really fun.
If it's like the monarch mechanic, it'll also be like the initiative, and I'm not saying it's going to be broken. But I am saying it's gonna be broken.
Yeah.
The reason I say that if it is a similar mechanic is because the monarch mechanic made waves in Legacy. The initiative mechanic made waves in Vintage and Legacy.
Yeah.
So
just having like a third mechanic.
If this is something similar, imagine being the monarch, having the initiative, and being tempted by the ring.
Yeah, it's going a little insane. Yeah. But I'll say this. This Lord of the Rings, based on these 3 cards, it makes it seem like this Lord of the Rings set is going to be akin to Baldur's Gate for Commander. In so that it's not going to do much. It doesn't seem like it's going to do much. It'll all depend on how the ring mechanic factors into the modern environment, but they do seem like they're not pushed. They seem very flavorful. They seem pretty good. The Aragon is, like you said, is a trash mythic, but those rares, they seem powerful. But that Golem almost seemed like to be a black version of Ravagan, but it's not as pushed. But people are like arguing that it might be. It depends on how you play with it and stuff. But I like that it's not super pushed, because then collectors are going to want to get it because it's Lord of the Rings, and they'll probably have an impact on modern, but they won't be like ultra staples that you absolutely need, and then we'll be screwed because since it's an IP that's not owned by MTG and Wizards, they'll only do like the one printing, and we'll never see these cards again, and then it'll be a problem.
Yeah. Are we like? Do we know if we're getting any like magic equivalents of these cards though?
They haven't said
I'm pretty
anything, but
sure.
this is a Universes Beyond set, so technically,
Exactly.
based on that, they should.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I don't know.
I don't think they will,
Well, I pray they do,
because
because if they
this
make
is an
something
actual
broken,
set and not a specialty thing.
but they did
Is an
call it a
entire
Universes
set.
Beyond. Like it's on the tag, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is Universes Beyond.
It
Like,
is
It
called
is,
Universes Beyond.
and you can see it Universes Beyond because the bottom hollow print is a triangle.
yeah, but I'm like, I'm not even worried about that, considering that literally anything that's outside of like Magic's IP is gonna have that triangle, anyways. Like all the secret layers do, and all stuff like that. So that's whatever to me.
But it is called Universes Beyond, and based on what they said last year, I believe it was, or the year prior, they did say that everything Universes Beyond will get magic equivalents eventually. So hopefully this will be the same here, because if they do print something that's kind of broken and everyone needs like 4 copies of in Modern, it's gonna become a huge problem very quickly.
Honestly, if that golem is just worth 1, he could potentially be really fun for like some kind of mono black like aggro strategy. So
Very true. I think it's
I don't-
probably gonna be in mono 1, because I think they're gonna do like the flip side of Frodo. It only makes sense. Like I don't think this should be like, if that thing is 2 mana, it'll be unplayable, completely unplayable. It has to be 1 mana.
you know. All right then. Anything else you guys want to say on these?
Yes.
Yes, go right
Oh,
ahead.
and,
Right.
and I want to I want to mention it, but just mention it, and not really deep dive into it.
Sure.
I don't know why people get so mad about this. I understand that in the books, the the descriptions are vague enough as to you can identify and sculpt a face and characteristics on your own, and that's what makes books nice, because you could think on how a person is or a character is depending on how they describe it.
Mhm.
But there is no reason to be this mad about Aragorn being black.
Yeah,
There are so many people that were very, 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 very mad. There is no reason.
agree. Yeah,
I feel like it's just the controversy you get with any time that they just make a character black, or that there's like a black character on screen. Automatically, like someone has to be like, "Oh no, the source material, like, they're not black," or they just. There's always something to say about it, even though it shouldn't, and it just really is not a big deal.
Yeah, I agree. I think that at the very least the people are getting like the characters. It's not like I guess the Lord of the Ring one that they did on Amazon, which is not even based on anything Tolkien. So you can make the argument, oh, it's not even regarding what Tolkien wrote, but this is like the stuff that Tolkien wrote. It's right there. You're seeing the golem. It's like the weird evil creature from like the cave, and you see Frodo with the thing in the ring. So you got your characters. You got like the lore as it is. So I don't understand why you're getting upset when the spirit of the character, it's on display in the art, and the art is really freaking good. Like I really appreciate the art. The art, like it's very reminiscent of the animated, I think 70s movie that came out such a long time ago. It's very reminiscent of that art style, and I really dig it a lot. And I don't like Lord of the Rings. Like I've said this up front numerous times. I don't like Lord of the Rings at all, but I can appreciate really good art and being faithful to like the lore through the mechanics that Magic provides.
I think that what's really cool about the like when like just bouncing off of the art itself, at least with Frodo, I think he has like a real like Renaissance painting feel to him.
Agree.
Like with the pose and like the lighting they use, I think it's freaking excellent, man.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But yeah, any other notes? Anything else you guys want to go through on this?
I hope they keep spoiling more stuff like this, so Wizards keeps panicking. I love it when it happens in every set. It's great.
All right.